What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some interesting news as undefeated 3-division world champion who simultaneously held the WBA super title at super featherweight, the WBA regular title at lightweight, and the WBA regular title at junior welterweight, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who has a record of 28 wins, no loss and no draw, 26 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach, going into the biggest fight of his career, one of the most important fights of his career, April 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada, against undefeated lightweight, junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, who has a record of 23 wins, no losses, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach. So this is the biggest fight, obviously, in both of their careers. For Gervonta Tank Davis, he's already arrived. Gervonta Tank Davis is just adding to his legacy and adding to, his future, right? He's already done record-breaking fights. He did the highest gate for a boxing event at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, May 28th against Rolando Rolly Romero. And then he did the highest gate at Capital One Arena at Washington, D.C. when he just fought Hector Garcia January 7th. So he's already, arrived. Okay, he's here. He's the superstar. He's slowly adding or quickly adding himself to be the face of the sport of boxing. That's what his goal is, to earn as much money as possible, obviously, to be able to feed his kids and his family. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis confirmed that he has about 3 years left in the sport of boxing, and he's calling it quits, and he wants to retire early, and he wants to, be able to have all his faculties. That's something I'm sure he learned being with and around and mentored by legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. Okay, Floyd Mayweather retired 50-0, no losses, no draws, 27 wins by way of knockout. 5-division world champion, beat more world champions than anybody in the history of sport of boxing. And guess what? He didn't take much punishment doing it. And he's the highest grossing boxer and one of the highest grossing, if not the highest grossing athlete in the history of the sports, right? Without sponsors and, big engines behind him. So Floyd Mayweather bet on himself, bought out his contract from legendary promoter, Top Rank CEO and promoter Bob Arum, ESPN, well, it was HBO at the time, and Top Rank for $750,000, and in 3 fights he garnered $750 million. So he bet on himself, and he didn't take much punishment doing it in those legacy-defining fights, in those huge fights. He didn't take any punishment doing it. So with that said, Floyd Mayweather recently put up a post, and on his social media post, Floyd Mayweather, he had this to say. He stated that it was another. He just had another exhibition, style fight in the UK, to which, in this fight in the UK, was first time fighting there. And this is what he had to say, quote, he said, sitting back with no bumps, bruises, scars, or head trauma from that 16 minutes heist with no mask in London. The green print is to constantly make money and stack money, get yourself a business and stay out of other people's business. Stay in your lane, right? And so Floyd Mayweather, obviously, he's proud of himself, and that is the goal. That should be the green print for everybody, is to, like Floyd Mayweather said, is to get as much money as possible, build your legacy, and take as less punishment as possible, right? And so Gervonta Tank Davis is already 28 years of age. He'll be 29 this year, okay? He has this big fight coming up with Ryan Garcia. He stated he wanted to secure a fight with undefeated 2-division world champion, Olympic silver medalist, former unified super featherweight world champion, superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, who has 19 wins, no loss and no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'8", with a 68-inch arm reach. And he wants to secure a fight with undisputed lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is the undisputed champion, the youngest undisputed champion, and the first lightweight 4 major sanctioned belt undisputed world champion in history of sport of boxing. Devin the Dream Haney, who has 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 4 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Those are 3 legacy fights Gervonta Tank Davis has ahead of him: Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney. If he's able to fulfill that obligation, he's already a 3-division champion. It looking like he's going to try to pursue Devin Haney in his next fight. Hopefully that is the case. Okay. Devin Haney has a massive fight coming up May 20th against Olympic 2-time gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasyl High-Tech Lomachenko. Okay. That's scheduled to take place May 20th, and looks like, as Lomachenko stated, possibly in Las Vegas. And Shakur Stevenson has a fight coming up April 8th, okay? And Shakur Stevenson is fighting an undefeated Japanese fighter who just beat Nakatani April 8th, okay, in his hometown in Newark, New Jersey. So with that said, you have Shakur Stevenson fight coming up. Now, the thing is, Devin Haney, this is his last fight with Top Rank, ESPN, and Bob Arum, right? He's satisfying his obligations to them, 3-fight obligations. He beats Lomachenko. It's a bigger fight right now for Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis. For Gervonta Tank Davis's legacy and for Devin Haney's legacy, it's a bigger fight for both guys, because Shakur Stevenson is going to beat, this Japanese fighter, but he's relatively unknown outside of the hardcore boxing fans. Okay, that's not Shakur Stevenson. That's the fighter he's fighting. Okay, now he did come off of a big win against Nakatani, but nonetheless, not too many people know who he is. It's Yoshino, and Yoshino is 16 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. Like I said, he just beat Nakatani, stopped Nakatani in the 6th round of their fight. That was back in November. So he coming off of a big win, but not too many people know who he is. And he's from Japan, where Devin Haney's getting ready to beat Lomachenko. Okay, he beats Lomachenko. That's going to be a bigger win. He's the undefeated, undisputed champion, and he's not with Top Rank, Bob Arum, and ESPN. He doesn't have any obligations to any promotional company or any networks that's going to hinder him from fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, which makes sense. Gervonta Tank Davis is somewhat of a free agent because he has GTD Promotions, where he is signing fighters right now, right? So Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, and he's partnering with Showtime President of Sports Steven Espinosa. So Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't have any obligations either, but he has an agreement and loyalty to Steven Espinosa and Showtime, obviously, that he wants to fulfill that. And so it makes sense. It's an easier fight to be made with Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis next. And they have history. He has a longer history with Devin Haney than he does Shakur Stevenson. Okay. So he fights and beats, Devin Haney. Lomachenko, that being Devin Haney. The fight itself, the magnitude of the fight is going to be bigger for him. And it's easier to do than trying to fight Shakur Stevenson, who has an exclusive deal with still with Bob Arum, Top Rank, and ESPN. So it's going to be much harder to bring ESPN, Top Rank, and Bob Arum to the table to do business, to make a fight where he don't have to do all of that to make the fight with Devin Haney. So I think that Devin Haney makes sense. And we heard father, trainer, manager, CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney, state that they're going to stay at 135. There was reports that Devin may move up because, it's not easy to make 135, but he's saying he's staying at 135 for the duration of the year. I think that's a clear indication that Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis is on the verge of coming up next, right? And they have history, 2 sparring sessions, glorified sparring sessions that people are raving about. Tank said he knocked out Devin. Devin said he made Tank quit. That was at the doghouse at Floyd Mayweather. They both have a relationship with Floyd Mayweather. It's just huge, right? It's just bigger than the Shakur Stevenson fight. That's no slight to Shakur Stevenson. It's just bigger than the Shakur Stevenson fight, right? So with that said, that makes the Devin fight is just easier to be made. Now Gervonta Tank Davis saying that he's calling it quits in 3 years. Now you think about this, right? When you look at it from this standpoint, he's already signing fighters, right? He's on the real fighters, not just fighters that he grew up with in the Upton gym with Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny, like Mia Ellis, Coach Kenny's daughter. No, Gervonta Tank Davis is getting ready to sign Vargas. I think it's Josh Vargas, if I'm not mistaken. He's getting ready to grow his brand, right? I know Floyd Mayweather was once saying, that was a poke at Gervonta Tank Davis, because he was saying if you can't afford to pay the purses up front, then you can't afford to be a promoter. Well, Gervonta Tank Davis is working his way into that position, right? Into that field. So that's huge, right? He's signing real fighters. So he's showing you that he's aiming to be, retired, right? He's signing fighters. He's focused on GTD promotions. He's heading in that direction of retirement, and I like it because he has a plan. He has a goal, and like he said, he wanted to stay, have his faculties in position to be able to take care of his daughter, play with his daughters. His children, go out with them, hang out with them. 31, and he's trying to make generational wealth, better business decisions, better life decisions, and I like it. Imagine he's able to beat Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, whomever else he fights in between his next 3 years. He wins, makes all this money, begins his promotional company. That's huge. At 31, he can retire, take care of his kids, faculties in place, right? And another thing it would be huge if he fights Devin Haney next, because Shakur Stevenson don't have his promotional company, but he fights Devin Haney next. Now you have GTD promotions and DHP promotions, a fighter that's 28 and a fighter that's 24 with their own promotional company, partnering up with Steven Espinosa and Showtime for a major fight. That's huge. So obviously he got to be victorious in these fights. He got to fulfill that. He's got to win. I personally think that he's going to win. I think that he's going to beat Ryan Garcia. And on to the next. I can't wait to see how it plays out. But that's what I got for y'all, man. Gervonta Tank Davis said he's retiring in 3 years, 2 to 3 years, 30 to 31. He's done. So drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.